The sun shone brightly over the land of Egypt, and the palace of Pharaoh stood tall like a mountain of gold. Inside that land lived a young Hebrew man named Joseph, a kind and hard-working servant in the house of Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's important officials. Joseph had been brought to Egypt after his brothers sold him, but instead of becoming bitter, Joseph worked faithfully. Everywhere Joseph went, God's blessing followed him. Potiphar soon noticed that everything Joseph touched succeeded. The house became peaceful, the fields produced more crops, and every task was done with excellence. So Potiphar made Joseph the leader over his whole household. Joseph treated everyone with respect, and people admired him for his wisdom and good character. But not everyone liked Joseph. Potiphar's wife began to notice Joseph too much. She watched him day after day and wanted him to do something that was not right. Joseph, being a man of faith and respect, refused every time. With a calm and gentle voice he would say, "I cannot do such a wrong thing. I respect God, and I respect your husband. I will not break their trust." But one day, when no other servant was around, she pulled him by his clothes and tried to force him to stay. Joseph quickly slipped away and ran outside, leaving his garment behind. He chose righteousness over comfort, honesty over fear. The woman became angry not because Joseph did something wrong, but because he refused to do what was wrong. She called the servants and lied about Joseph, saying, "Look what Joseph did. He tried to harm me." When Potiphar came home, she repeated the lie and showed Joseph's garment as proof. Potiphar's face fell. He trusted Joseph, but he thought he had no choice but to believe his wife's story. With a heavy heart, Potiphar ordered Joseph to be thrown into the king's prison. Soldiers escorted Joseph away. The doors closed behind him with a loud clang. The room was dark, cold, and frightening. But Joseph lifted his head and said in his heart, "I have done what is right. God is still with me." Even in prison, Joseph did not complain. He encouraged others, helped the prisoners, and remained faithful. Soon, the prison guard saw Joseph's honesty and wisdom and put him in charge of the other prisoners. Once again, God's blessing followed him wherever he went. Joseph didn't know it yet, but this dark moment was not the end. God was preparing him for something greater, a future that would lift him from prison to the palace. Doing the right thing is not always easy. Sometimes good people suffer even when they are innocent. But faithfulness and good character will always be rewarded in the end.